Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Margaret and welcome to Purple Frog. Today I'm going to be taking you with me to go manga shopping at Barnes & Noble, so without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I did, of course, is check out the anime merchandise. They had these really nice Gintama Chokuri mascot blind box figures, which were cute. A whole bunch of Funko Pops and whatnot, but nothing really new. So then I headed off to check out the manga section. I am so excited for the new season of Alice in Borderland that's going to be coming out soon. I absolutely adore the series, both the manga. I've yet to watch the anime though, but they had the Apothecary Diaries, they had Attack on Titan. I'm excited for the new editions that got announced. I'm curious to see what they will look like. Here are the singles and then the box sets. They really should just make a actual larger box set. The series The All, I think is how it's pronounced. Not too sure what that series is about. They had a couple volumes of Banana Fish. They also had Beastars, another good series. I actually have yet to read the manga. I've only watched the anime, which is really good. They had a better selection of newer releases this time than in the past. My most recent trips, they've been lacking on some stuff that they finally had this time. They're missing a couple newer things, but they did have volume 19 of Blue Locks, so I snatched that up. Unfortunately, they did not have volume 20, so I was a little bit frustrated with that. They also had the kind of pointless box sets that I'm not a big fan of. They had Boruto to Blue Vortex Volume 1 and Volume 2. I think this is so cool. They also had the Boxer, another fantastic series. If you guys enjoy series about boxing or kind of like a psychological series a little bit, this is a really good one. Here's their C section. I saw some new series I've never seen before. Like, what even is this? I do not know. They had a lot of Chainsaw Man. They had the Volume 14 of Namaki Sakari. I'm still missing Volume 13 though, so I'm going to have to order that. Here is the other section. It was very disorganized. I had to fix it up a little bit. Their selection of Dandadan was pretty picked over, but they still had some good volumes left. Here's their Dangerous Convenience Store manga, a wonderful series that I highly recommend if you have not checked it out already. They had Death Note, only a couple volumes though, not a lot. They had a pretty good selection of Delicious Dungeon, or whatever the series is called, a lot of Kimetsu no Yaiba. I put a volume on display since it looked like one was missing. They also had the spin-offs. Once again, the Dragon Ball larger volumes, the Viz Sigs and the Itty Bitty Pops. Those are pretty cute. They had the Dragon Ball Super manga as well, and whatever this large orange, I think it's an art book possibly. Here's an overview of another section. They had the Fable, another series I've been really meaning to check out. I always wonder why part of the series is wrapped and some volumes are not. That's always been weird to me. You guys have been recommending I check out this series, so I will definitely try my best to check it out soon since I hear it's really, really good. Next to that though, I saw Fire Force. I love this art. It's so cute. Fire Force is such a great series. I hope they make a larger box set in the future. That would make it a lot easier to collect. They had a lot of Frieren or Frieren. This also series, okay, I'm gonna try. I think it's pronounced Gachiakuta. Don't quote me, I'm just trying. But the series I've been seeing a lot about, the anime and stuff, I really should check it out, I guess, because it looks pretty popular. It looks pretty good. I like the art style. I like how distinct it is. Here is Gantz, another series. I don't know, I've never read Gantz or anything. I hear it's pretty good, right? They had a volume of Given that I'm still missing. That was taunting me. They had a couple volumes of Oyasumi Punpun. Not a full set though, only a couple volumes. It was still a pretty good selection though. They had the Haikyuu omnibuses and the singles. Once again, not a lot though. Pretty small variety compared to what they typically have here at this location. They had Hell's Paradise. Are you guys excited for the new box set? I feel like that is such a great decision of them to do. So I'm excited for that, for those that do not have the series. They had Homunculus, another series I hear is so good. They only had the first Hunter x Hunter omnibus and then some of the singles, none of the ones that I was missing though. Here's their Junji Ito section. They had Steel Ball Run. For some reason though, Steel Ball Run was in front of part 1. I do not know why this is, since it's part 7, but I digress. There was also a really large selection of Jujutsu Kaisen, Kakegurui, Kami-sama Kiss. They only had a couple volumes of that though, and a large selection of Komi Can't Communicate. They only had 1 or 2 volumes of Land of the Illustrious, which surprised me, as well as only 1 volume of Life Lessons with Urumichi. Here's an overview of another version of their manga section. There was just so much to cover. They also had Mashal, a pretty good selection of volumes there, which I thought was nice. A couple volumes of Mob Psycho, smaller than usual. Monster, another wonderful series, and Moriarty. Thank you guys for telling me that Moriarty Part 1 ends at 19. That is very, very helpful. The end cap selection of volume 1s is so good in my opinion. I feel like it's really like a nice diverse of some popular series and not so popular series. Here's their M section. We have a couple volumes of My Love Mix-Up, a picked over selection of Nana with an upside down volume that I did fix off camera. They had, here's their end section. They had Gokinjo Monogatari. I love these volumes. This is such like a nice addition that Viz did here. It looks fantastic. They have number 6 next to number 5, which is always just funny to me. Orient, Oshinoko, Our Dreams at Dusk, Parasite, One Punch Man. A lot of good series here. A lot of good series. One thing that always bugs me about the Oshinoko volumes is why are the spines never like in order, like in terms of color? They're always changing color. I love how the Parasite Perfect Editions or whatever these are called has the gradual gradient. I feel like that looks pretty nice. They also had Pink Habanero volume 2 here, Pink Heart Jam. They even had a pretty good selection of the Pokemon manga series, which is always interesting. I've never really read or interacted with any of that aside from like the anime show or whatever growing up. They also had Record of Ragnarok. I love Record of Ragnarok. Go check it out if you guys have not already. It's a fantastic series. It's such a fun premise. I love it. It's so good. They had a lot of Sailor Moon, Sakamoto Days, Saint Young Men, another fantastic series I highly recommend. Sakamoto Days, once again, I've not read the manga. I've watched part of the anime. It's pretty good. Not for me personally, but I do see the appeal of it. They had a really small selection for Seraph of the End, but a lot of Seven Deadly Sins. I have never once seen anyone purchase Seven Deadly Sins. I wonder why there's always such a large section for it. That always confuses me. They had this spin-off series that I've never really heard of before. They had a lot of Soul Eaters, Snow White with red hair, and like a lot of like So I'm Spider So What, Solo Leveling, a really good solo leveling section. Here is a close-up on the Soul Eater Perfect Editions. I love them so much. They look so good. I really want to get them at some point. Here is the Spy Family section, SS Class Revival Hunter, so good. Highly recommend. Here's the Summer Hikaru Died manga section, which is a little bit smaller than usual. I recognize this is Boichi's art from a mile away. I had no idea who's doing this series. It looks interesting. I may have to read a chapter or two to see if the series is worth picking up. They had Someone's B-Side Volume 8. I passed on it though, because once again, I plan on ordering it from a Libra soon. If you guys want to see me make that order in my like a manga diary series, let me know. They had the Tokyo Revengers full color edition that they're doing now in English. That's fun. I've seen that in Japanese a few years ago, but now they're doing English. That's nice. I really like the full color like idea. That's fun. Here's their Vagabond section with a couple volumes. Then they had a lot of good manhwa series here. They had Villain Saga, another fantastic series. We have The House Husband, Windbreaker, you guys know, Witch Hat Atelier, and a whole bunch more amazing series. The end cap was more like inspired by how to create manga rather than actual danmei, and they only had a couple volumes of Yakuza Fiancé. When does the next volume come out? I do not know. After this though, I checked out and headed home. Hello everyone, so I'm back from manga shopping at Barnes & Noble. Excuse if you hear any like noise in the background, my cat is eating right now. But I did pick up only a volume of manga, but like let's get into that little haul. I only picked up one thing because I plan on making a really large Libris order soon to like get some of the volumes that I was missing. But on this video, in this haul today, in this hunt, I was particularly looking for Blue Lock volume 19 and 20. They did not have 19 the last time I went, but they had it this time, so I was very excited. Of course, I had to snatch that up. They did not have the newest volume, which is volume 20, unfortunately. They've been really like slacking on that, and they always get them like late. But I ended up finding 19, so we have Kaiser on the cover here. I love this cover. I love Kaiser's like color palette. I think it looks really nice. I really like the contrast of like the red eyeliner to like his blue hair, like the transition. I think it looks really nice. His character design is one of my favorite character designs in all of Blue Lock. Here is the back if you guys would like to pause to read. This retails for $12.99. Here's the spine. I can't believe Blue Lock is already like on volume 19 in English. Like, wow. How many volumes is this going to go to? Do you guys have any like idea? But wow. Yeah, excited about this. This will look nice next to my Kaiser acrylic stand. There's like a lot more ads in the back of these recently I've been noticing from the Kodansha volumes. Unfortunately, we have this sticker that I detest so much. These are always such a pain to get off. I feel like I'm always gonna like rip the manga. They don't use the good ones. The good ones are like the rectangular paper looking ones, but these ones are the most annoying. So yeah, I only picked up one volume in this like little video because like I said, I was only looking for this in volume 20. Excited that I found at least one of the items I was looking for. Let's put this away on my shelf, shall we? So here is my current One Piece Blue Lock shelf. I think I should have enough room for definitely one volume for volume 19, but I may have to rework it for when I get volume 20. But let's put this on the shelf, shall we? Okay, so I got everything reorganized and I'm really liking how it is looking. It's fit in just about perfectly. So I definitely have to like reorganize when I get the next volume because there is no room. It looks like I should be able to like reorganize and fit a volume in here, but here is what this is looking like. I'm really happy with how much Blue Lock stuff is here. I think it's quite lovely. I remember when volume 1 came out. Now look how many there are. Insane. But yeah, that was this manga shopping video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to comment, rate, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.